Joe Marler's Things People Do. Welcome to another episode of Best Podcast, where we bring you the most entertaining and insightful podcasts. Today, we're focusing on Joe Marler's Things People Do, a light-hearted and humorous podcast hosted by Joe Marler, the British rugby star known for his down-to-earth personality and witty commentary. Joe Marler's Things People Do explores the funny, quirky, and sometimes bizarre things that people do in their everyday lives. Joe, along with his guests, delves into the often ridiculous behaviors, habits, and social norms that make us laugh, cringe, or scratch our heads in disbelief. The podcast offers a mix of humorous discussions, interviews, and real-life stories that shed light on the idiosyncrasies of human behavior. What makes Joe Marler's Things People Do stand out is Joe's infectious energy and his ability to find humor in the smallest details of life. Whether he's talking about the odd things people do on public transport, the weirdness of social interactions, or his own personal experiences, the podcast is a constant source of laughter and amusement. A standout episode features Joe discussing the most awkward situations people find themselves in, where he shares hilarious stories from his rugby career and interviews guests who recount their own uncomfortable experiences. It's a fun, relatable episode that shows the lighter side of life. If you're in the mood for laughter, relatable stories, and an inside look into human behavior, Joe Marler's Things People Do is the podcast for you. Stay tuned for more comedic podcasts in the next episode of Best Podcast.